Welcome. What's up, Peter?
What's up?
What's going on, dog?
Not much.
This is the Buttercut Podcast, a production of MWBK Creative. I am Bradley Keith. Yeah. All right. We are on the Tour Championship, the final stage of the PGA Tour playoffs.
It feels fucking early.
Doesn't it? It is a fucking early.
Fucking early.
Isn't it supposed to be mid-September? I think that's when
Is it?
typically it ends. So, like, we're talking like a good 3 weeks early.
Yeah. I guess we have President's Cup though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then there's that HSBC, WGC event in October. So,
Yeah.
like, there's going to be things coming up. Like, it's not going to be a huge hiatus or a long hiatus,
Yeah.
but still, it's ending quite early.
It feels early. The other thing as well is that the European tour, the race to Dubai,
Right.
doesn't end until fucking November,
Right.
late November. That feels like when this tour should end now, right?
I wonder if they're doing it to combat having to compete with ratings for football.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
college football.
That's 100% what it is.
Seems right.
They will lose to football. So, yeah.
In Europe, I mean, they've just got soccer. They don't have football.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not quite the same. Well,
Do they do Sunday soccer?
Yeah, Super Sundays. It's very similar to over here. All the games are on Saturday, but they do Sunday football and then Monday night football. So it's a very similar thing. But yeah, they don't. I guess they don't compete that much with it. But yeah, I mean that's why the people are clearly do it.
Okay,
How are we doing?
we're doing great, man. We're hanging in there.
You recovered from your Costa Rica trip. You didn't play golf, did you?
No, we didn't get on the course. It would have been a great place to play golf.
Yeah, I'd say beautiful.
Yeah, it's like on par with what you would expect from like a Dominican Republic when you're not on the resort.
Did you feel like you were in Punta Cana?
Like I was pulling up to Punta Cana. Like you have to drive through the ghettos to get there.
Yeah.
That's kind of what all of this part of Costa Rica was, except for the really nice, luxurious part that I think it's called Los Sueños,
Okay.
which is where we fished out of. And then I caught, like I was telling you, a 9 foot,
marlin.
9-inch marlin.
Jesus Christ.
He was
The
a
pictures
sea
were-
monster.
Were bananas.
Yeah, I got to put those on social media.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, let's get into this bad boy.
Yeah, let's do it.
The Tour Championship. We've got a lot to unpack here because of new format changes and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
So before we do that, let's just run into it. This is it for all the marbles. And when I say marbles, I mean unimaginable amounts of taxable dollar bills.
Oh my God, it's fucking crazy.
You might be asking yourself, how much is unimaginable amounts? Let me tell you. First place wins $15 million. Second place, $5 million. Third place, $4 million. Fourth, $3 million.
Jesus.
Fifth, $2.5 million. So even eighth place earns $1.1 million. So,
is that different to previous years in terms of the?
Yeah.
Because I feel like it used to be 10 mil for the winner,
right.
and
I don't know what the total payout difference is.
I feel like that's
but
gone way up in terms of like the second through
It certainly seems like it,
sixth
doesn't
or
it?
seventh. Yeah, crazy.
To put this into perspective for you all, I think Tiger won just over $2 million for winning the Masters.
Yeah.
So fifth place is out earning Tiger Woods, the winner of the Masters this week.
Yeah, I saw a thing on social media where they put up the winner of this week's Tour Championship, right?
Mm-hmm.
The winner of the 15 mil there was a number of things they earn more money on. So they would earn more money than if you won all four majors in this year.
Mm-hmm.
They would earn more money than Greg Norman won in his total career on tour.
You're shitting me.
You would go straight into fourth place on the career LPGA money winning
Just
list.
from winning.
Just from
15
winning
million.
this FedEx Cup. What was the other thing that I can't remember? Those were some of
Something
the
else
totals.
astronomical.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy amount of money.
Okay, so like I said, the fifth place earns more than the winner of the Masters this year. Let's go to the course real quick. This is East Lake Golf Course. It's a 7,346-yard par 70. It's a private course located 5 miles east of downtown Atlanta, Georgia. It was established in 1904. East Lake is the oldest course in the city of Atlanta. It was the home of Bobby Jones, the home course of Bobby Jones. It's said that Jones played his first and last games of golf at East Lake, and much of its clubhouse serves as a tribute to his accomplishments.
Yeah, one of the most historic venues in the country. One of the best.
Indeed. Format. Just real quick to get this out the way. We're looking at 30-player field as we've talked about ad nauseum for the last couple of weeks. Top 30 make it. There's no 36-hole cut. All players who start the event are credited with making the cut and will receive some sort of monetary bonus for participation. You were saying something to me before we got started about Brooks Koepka doing an interview. What was he talking about?
His interview from today, which, what day is today? Today's Wednesday. So I don't even, who knows if he practiced or not.
He probably did a couple of practice cuts and then went and sat down at the stand.
Right. They asked him an interesting question on on the first tee tomorrow, if he was to pull just an average guy out of the stands and that guy was to play for 4 days in the tournament, how many shots would Brooks Koepka need to give him in order for it to be close, to have a chance to beat him?
So before you tell me, I'm going to do the math here for the general public, what I think it would be.
Okay.
I think for just an average golfer, we're talking 25 to 30 strokes per day, right? Because this course is hard as shit.
Yeah, it is hard. Yeah, very hard.
Because you would think he's probably shooting around, 3 under, 2 under, if on just a normal day. Most people are probably shooting 85, 90 out there, right?
More than 85.
More than 85. So, 30 strokes by 4 days, we're talking 120. 120 strokes.
So this is
what did he say?
So he said 75.
Yeah, he's being real nice.
Real nice.
Real nice.
The first thing he said, though, was he said... he goes. He tried to work it out in his head, and he goes. So
I just did.
Right, exactly. He was like, okay, well, he was like, let's see. So let's say the average golfer a 15 handicap. Well, that's very generous. The average golfer is not a 15 handicap. The average golfer is more 18 to 20 plus, right?
And if they say they're 15, they're probably 25.
Right, exactly. So that's a little off. That's a little skewed. Although people that go to Eastlake to watch and will be on the first tee, I could see 15 being the average, maybe.
Because they're wealthy enough to be there.
Well, they play golf. They're right. They're they've interest in the game. They all play and they're all there.
They're not out there. Well, except for the women that are beautiful and drinking. But okay, I'm with you.
So he goes. I don't know. Yeah. So you probably need at least 75 shots. He's like, this course is not tough. It's not easy. It's really difficult. So if that's the case, when I'm working it out, the first thing I thought, well, let's say you give Brooks 2 under every day,
which is also under, generous.
Right, so he's eight under par.
He'd probably do a lot more.
Well, let's
sure. But let's just say
let's give him
that's what I said, 2 to 3.
Right. Then you go the average golfer. I'm saying if it's par 70, the average guy under these tournament conditions. Oh man,
it got to be 100.
Let's split.
What he said,
95 and 100. Let's say he's 97. Let's say he average breaking 100, because after the first day he's going to be more comfortable. Maybe he's not that bad, right? Let's say 97. So that's 27 strokks per round. So you're looking at what?
Over 100.
Yeah, you're looking at 108. No, 108 shots he needs for the tournament.
Imagine how fucking embarrassing that would be.
But it made me think. I was like, fuck. I would love. So let's say they did this. If this is a real thing, what are there was money on the line or something?
Mm-hmm.
The chances though, that maybe I was in the crowd or someone that was actually really
somebody
good,
who could actually play,
someone who could actually really play, and just by chance they get picked.
If they gave you 75 strokes,
well, no, but
you see what I'm saying,
right? Exactly. If I get picked out and I'm starting to take it deep and I'm like 2 under going in the last against Brooks. Brooks is like 1 under. It'd be hilarious.
And then he puts his foot on the pedal, goes to 10 under.
That makes me think of, you remember that thing that they used to have for the US Open,
mm-hmm.
where I can't remember who was it that made the comment. Was it Tiger or someone saying that the average amateur wouldn't break 100? It was at Oakmont.
Okay.
So the average amateur wouldn't. There's no way they break 100.
Agreed.
Right. Before the US Open, they had Justin Timberlake was part of the foursome.
And he can fucking ball.
He's real good. Yeah.
Yes.
And I think they had Romo.
Yeah, and also a very good player.
They had a couple other guys.
Maybe like Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is like a notorious player.
It was someone a little worse than Justin Timberlake, but I think Timberlake was in and around 100.
Was it that fucking redneck that wears no sleeves everywhere he goes? There's some guy on the redneck tour that's always out on the course. Anyways,
so yeah, but that reminds me about that. That would be an event I would fucking love to play. One of those
that'd be good television.
Yeah, one of those US Open promos where you even get. You have the average golfer, but you get
like Mark Wahlberg out there.
You get a former pro, right? Like myself, a guy that is good. And you see, because I have faith in myself thinking, I could go out there and shoot fucking, a couple over par.
Sure.
but could I really?
Could
US
you?
Open conditions with cameras around and people around. Fucking absolutely not.
No chance.
So yeah, that'd be something cool to do.
Yeah, I think I'm probably like a 12 to 15 handicap, but that's at Lions.
Right.
That's not at Oakmont.
No, you're
I'm like 1,000 probably out there.
You're not breaking 100.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Definitely not the first time.
I will say for the record, I put the halo in the bag around the greens. I am chipping now.
Oh God.
I was going through a really tough time, man.
Listen, for the listeners who
we've talked about it.
Yeah, Brad likes to take out his fucking hybrid from 40
when
yards.
I was going through some things, man. I was going through,
some mental issues.
In the words of Peter, I was going through some things, and it was hard, and I was not doing well. But I'm back, baby.
Okay, you're back. All right, I'll trust you.
Okay.
What else we got?
Let's go into storylines. You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
That was good though. I was interested in hearing more about what Brooks had to say. I thought he was going to go the other way and be like, maybe like 45 shots a day is what I'd probably have.
That would have been funnier.
Yeah,
that would have been fucking and more
he's a
realistic.
Confident motherfucker.
He is. That would have been more realistic. He was very generous.
Yes.
To the public.
So storylines. The biggest storyline, in my opinion, is seeding. So let me get into this really quick. The Tour Championship will begin with the number 1 overall seed in the FedEx Cup standings, which is Justin Thomas, starting at 10 under par. Second seed, which is Patrick Cantlay, will start at 8 under. Third seed, Brooks, starts at 7, and so on down to the 5th seed, which starts at 5 under. Seeds 6 through 10 begin at 4 under. Seeds 11 through 15 begin at 3 under, and so on until the 26th through 30th players start at even par.
So I still haven't been able to wrap my head really around the significance of this.
I've got a couple of notes here to help you.
And they're doing well. Like I understand what they're doing.
Yes, and we kind of talked about it. Like, are they going to have 3 scores? Are they going to do this, that, and the other?
But I guess the part that I'm kind of struggling with, right, is okay. So Justin Thomas is now in the number 1 spot,
right,
and he gets to be at -10
on the first tee
on the first hole, right? And I guess the difficult part is knowing golf, right? This is a season-long championship.
Yes.
And we're in the playoffs. And knowing what we know about golf and how fucking quickly leads can evaporate is that the first hole, Justin Thomas stands up and let's say he fucking wings it right into the...
If he goes Rory McIlroy and puts 8 over on the board on the first hole at the US Open.
Yeah, not even that. Open. Just like hits it in the rough, gets unfortunate, gets a bad lie, maybe has to chomp it out, misses the green, chips on, misses for bogey, makes double, right? Can happen, happens all the time on tour with the best golfers where they double the first or they bogey the first, right? And then the guy behind him stands up and he hits one down the middle of the fairway, he knocks it on the green, he rolls it in for a birdie.
All of a sudden he's in the lead. 3-shot swing.
All of a sudden Justin Thomas is behind in the space of one fucking hole.
Sure.
When he's just built up this lead. Like he's there, like he's built up the lead for a reason, and then your whole season.
But he hasn't really built up much of a lead. He's won one tournament, and it was last week.
Justin Thomas has had a fucking shit year. Yeah, we've been saying it.
We talked all sorts of shit, and I think that's why he won.
I probably was.
In fact, we should go ahead and address this.
Yeah.
We shat on Justin Thomas last week.
Absolutely. He listened to the number 6 Apple Golf Cup podcast in the country.
We should address that as well.
Yeah.
So for the record, the Buttercup received notice while I was flying home from Costa Rica that we are officially the number 6th ranked podcast in the golf category on Apple Podcasts in the US.
The one number 7 is a PGA Tour podcast.
Yeah.
The one we're right ahead of. So that was cool to know.
So Justin Thomas said, you know what? I'm going to shit on you. And he won.
Yeah.
He shot a 61 one day.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. That 61 was awesome. He held out from the fairway. Everything kind of went his way. And then he's one of those lads, he's good with the lead. He has some balls.
He has charisma.
Yeah, he has charisma, has balls, doesn't fuck up. He's a really good putter.
He seems like a country clubber. Like you'd feel out of place if you were not used to being on the country club around here. Like he's got that power, that presence, you know?
Well, his dad's a PGA pro, and he's been a PGA pro his whole life.
And his grandfather.
So Justin Thomas grew up.
Boy got pedigree.
And he grew up at the country club all day, every day.
Eating hot dogs with Jordan Spieth.
Yeah, that's all he fucking did. So yeah.
Who is not playing this week, by the way.
Oh wait, Spieth didn't get in.
He didn't make it. Huh. Spieth and Tiger both were on the outside looking in.
I remember talking. But no, just back to that concept of how quickly the lead can evaporate.
Sure.
And this is the advantage they've been given, but to credit to the PGA Tour in the fact that they're trying something new, and we don't know how it's going to go until we watch it.
The best part is there is no possibility of somebody winning this tournament and someone else winning the FedEx Cup. Because right now, this is it. Like, you're getting these seeds, you're getting these strokes, and this is what it is. And whoever wins based after this shit, you win everything. You don't win one or the other. And I like that a lot.
Okay, I do. I kind of do. I do kind of is the answer, right? They're trying to make it like...
Well, you're a traditionalist, too, so I feel like you got some shit rubbing you wrong a little bit.
Well, not even... It's just hard.
It might be like a red glove they're wearing instead of a white one.
It's hard to wrap your head around golf taking this approach, right? The PGA Tour have gone out of their way to say, okay, this is the FedEx Cup playoffs. We have to do something special here. If we're going to make it like a true playoff, we have to allow the guy that's in 30th position the chance to actually win the fucking whole thing. Because if he shows up and he has a great week and he wins a tournament, like we were talking about, like in NASCAR, in the chase for the cup, or like in the NFL, right? You win the wild card, you're in the dance, and you seen teams win the fucking Super Bowl from getting in the wild card spot. And there's nothing kind of worse than seeing someone wins Eastlake, the Tour Championship, and then the guy who actually wins the FedEx Cup, it's like an anticlimax. It's kind of like...
Well, especially last year when Tiger, like, the whole place rioted and he won, and then he like handed the tournament trophy over to Justin Rose.
Exactly. Yeah. So that is a little odd, and they don't want that to happen. So I like what they're doing, trying to get it more relevant, trying to just put more emphasis on these playoffs, because they've been kind of missable in the past. Like, you kind of lose interest.
It's like adding a 4-point shot in basketball. Like, they're doing something pretty radical.
They're doing something radical, and it's kind of like, let's see what happens. So hopefully it works and it pays off, and there's loads of excitement on Sunday with tons of people playing for 15 fucking million, right? And here's what they're hoping. They're kind of hoping that Justin Thomas doesn't come out and shoot fucking 62 round one, and he's got a fucking 20-shot lead, and then it's relevant, right?
Yeah, then it's really boring.
So what's going to backfire is if Justin Thomas comes out and
keeps that true form
and goes 64-64.
It just wrecks everybody.
And everyone else is kind of ho-hum, and he's now at, what, fucking 20 something under through 2 rounds.
Sure.
And everyone else is back in like
the
single
teams.
digits.
Yeah.
And you're just like, well, fuck, that just ruined the whole thing. So we'll see. A lot has to go their way for this to be good, but I can see it happening.
Not as much needs to go their way, though, as did previously.
Oh, I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah, I think that they've set themselves up pretty nicely, and it's pretty interesting.
But in previous years, they had to hope that, okay, we have to hope that these five guys at the top, they kind of play well, and they're in the hunt for the tournament.
And maybe like a couple guys come from behind.
And the chances that were slim to none.
Yes. Well, but then on top of that, if someone does come from behind, but they're too far out, like Tiger, and they win, and then they don't win the thing, it's like...
Right, last day.
You're like, do-do-do.
Right, what if, this allows for someone on Sunday to go out and shoot 61 and fucking win 15 mil because they've come from 8 back.
Well, if you remember Justin Rose last year, like, he made a putt for, like, bogey or something on the 18th hole to, like, lose by 3 shots or something. But he, like, celebrated
because he won the FedEx Cup.
$10 million.
$10 million. Yeah. That was the thing. Justin Rose needed to get up and down from the bunker.
That's what it was.
And he was playing with Woods. And Woods knew he needed to do it. So that was a real weird situation.
He like celebrated. It was like, you lost though, dude.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Anyways, okay, so seeding implications for how this matters in terms of official world golf rankings. So with these seeds, the official world golf rankings is not taking them into account. So the seeding format will be ignored. All players start at 0, and the gross score of the 4 rounds, without regards to seeding adjustments, will determine the winner for purposes of ranking system. Scores without seeding adjustment will be used to calculate points allocation. So the World Golf Rankings is saying, fuck that, which is kind of interesting. They're just saying, look, everybody's starting flat, and your total after 72 holes or whatever, after 4 days of golf, you win the tournament in our eyes.
Okay.
Which is interesting.
Oh, the World Golf Rankings. Yeah. No, well, that's the only way that the World Golf Rankings...
To keep it true and even?
...can actually fucking do it, right?
Okay.
Because they can't take into account the fucking -10.
Even though that's the tournament.
Yeah. But
they take into account when you're playing, like, team.
Well...
You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's a difficult one.
Like when they're doing the one in Memphis, you know? Or not in Memphis. Whatever, the Tennessee one.
Yeah.
Maybe it's in
New
Orleans.
New Orleans.
That's the one.
Well, that's the only one. I think
And that has official world golf
Listen,
rankings implications. I
Oh,
believe.
so wait, so you're saying that
Like,
someone, so Brooks
that
Koepka,
has unique format like setup, and I think it does count towards your official world golf rankings.
Yeah, there are world golf ranking points.
So,
But you could play shit potentially, and your partner's carried you.
That's right, exactly. And so, like, that's why I thought it was interesting to point out, like, this particular tournament's unique formatting system is being shit on by the official world golf rankings.
Yes, well, yeah. Essentially, Brooks Koepka could win the Tour Championship with his 8 under, but he's actually lost to the guy that's like 4 shots behind him in real tournament if they were to play it that way or whatever. Yeah.
And that's how the world golf rankings is perceiving.
Which I'm okay with.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's
I just thought it was interesting.
Yep.
So, in terms of daily fantasy, how this implicates. So it says on DraftKings, I got a draft dealer. It says draft dealer, all golfers will be assigned an initial starting position based on their FedEx Cup standing. The starting position will be incorporated into fantasy points awarded for finishing position only. So, like, usually you would get, like, points for being, 10 birdies, 10 under, whatever, right? You get no points for that. You just get for where they finish after that seeding position is taken into account at the end of the tournament. So it's kind of interesting.
Yep.
Okay. That's it for seeding. You got any other ideas or thoughts?
No, I'm just really excited to see.
It's going to be fucking interesting.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see how it turns out for them. I kind of hope it goes really well, and I think there's a great chance for it to go well. A lot, as you said, a lot better fucking chance than it was the way it was set up before. And I know for a fact that I'll be more interested in what's happening with the scores, where everyone is, especially when it comes to the weekend.
Sure.
Because with all that money in play, it's a fucking massive deal.
Yes. I mean, they're always going to be trying their hardest, but they're going to be trying extra hard.
Right.
It's a lot of money.
Yep.
So this one kind of plays into the next talking point here, which is real talk. That's what this one's called. Mm-hmm. So the lowest winning score at East Lake over the past 11 years was 13 under par.
Which is why I only gave Koepka
2 shots,
2 under each day, because it's a fucking difficult golf course.
It's a very hard golf course. So it's a tough course, and unless conditions become extremely soft, birdies are going to be hard to come by. Why this is important is because if people are starting at 10 under and 13 under is like the best in the last 11 years, it goes without too much of a leap of an imagination that most of these guys are kind of out of it right off the bat, like, unless something really goes wrong for the top guys.
Well, right. Well, here, I don't think so.
Well, so let me just finish this thought, right? So the reason why it's hard to imagine, so what I'm putting it at is outside of the top 10, which the lowest guys in the top 10, the 6 through 10 are starting at 4 under par, right? So that puts them 6 shots back. Much further behind that, they're looking at 7 to 8 stroke deficit. And with 13 under par being the absolute best, it's just really hard for me to imagine a player being able to come back from being 2 under or 1 under and actually overtaking someone like Justin Thomas, Rory McIlroy that are that far in advance. So that's why I was just thinking out loud how you unpack that.
I know what I know what you're saying. The way I would think of it being from the players, from the pro player side, is that, especially if you're one of the lads in 30th to 10th or whatever, is that one low round goes a long fucking way this week.
Especially if there's a couple of bad rounds up top.
And there will be. Knowing that's the winning score being at 13, I mean, there's a lot of over par rounds that happen at East Lake. A lot of guys shoot over par.
Sure.
So any of these lads up top who have a lead, there's a little bit there's already a little bit of early pressure on these guys at the top, which you have to take into account. Everyone's not even
front runner
pressure on these guys at the top, right? Whereas if one of the guys from the back, if they shoot,
he's kind of swinging freely.
Exactly,
he's playing house money.
You go out and shoot 64 or something like that, 6 under par from the back. You'll be amazed. You'll jump up that leaderboard. So I would see it as it's an opportunity to go out and shoot something low early, and then you don't have to do much late. You can kind of keep it 1 or 2 under, right? So that's how I look at that.
I like it. Next storyline. Multiple winners is what this is called. Yeah. Which there's a couple storylines packed in here. So for starters, there will not be a defending champion in the field this week because Tiger Woods, who won the tournament last year, failed to finish within the top 30. He finished 38th. Also,
he got close.
He got very close.
His round on Saturday gave him a chance.
Was it bogey free? I think it was.
Yeah, he
played
shot 5 under, no bogeys. it gave him a chance. He made a couple of birdies, I think, early enough on Sunday, and he kind of maybe got it going. But yeah, it was.
He's probably inspired Saturday by the marlin that I caught.
I think
he knew that happened.
I think he knew. Yeah.
Woods. Well, the second half of this storyline, Woods is the only player to have won multiple FedEx Cup championships. So this has been going on since 2007. There are multiple players in the field with one FedEx Cup championship, but he is the only one who has ever won 2. The other players that are in the field currently and that could potentially win.
Okay, hang on.
You want to try to name them?
How many are there? So let me see how many there are.
There's 4 that I see here.
There's 4. Okay, so Justin Rose.
Yeah.
Rory McIlroy.
Yeah.
Jim Furyk. Is he in this week?
I didn't list him, but I think it's because he's so far out of it.
Yeah, because he's won it. He won at Eastlake to win it. So there could be 5.
There's more. Let's see. We've got Brandt Snedeker.
Okay, hang on. I need to keep going.
Oh,
Snedeker.
Yeah. There's one more that's obvious at the top.
Kepka. Has he won it? At the top.
Within the last 4 years. 3 years.
He's won in the last 3 years. Fuck, I don't know.
Justin Thomas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He won the FedEx Cup?
Like in 2017, I think.
Really? When he won the PGA or something like that?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. I don't have...
Is Jim Furyk in the field this week?
That's what I want to know, because I don't have him listed here, which makes me think he's not.
Well, no. If he's not, I don't know if he's in the field.
I'm looking.
Check if he's in the field, because he won the FedEx Cup.
Yeah.
He may not be in the field.
He's not in.
No, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Old man Furyk.
And Mickelson's not in the field.
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are the guys. And you would have to think Snedeker, he's starting at 2 under, has not much of a chance. Although, I mean...
I just...
You never know.
You know, we're going to see how this works out.
It's really hard to envision, right?
I can see someone winning that's at 2 under or 4 under. I just can't. I can just see one low
Coming
round.
back from 8.
I can just see one low round at them getting up to like 8 under
Sure.
or something, and then you go a couple under over the weekend, because the winning score is just not going to be that low. Those guys at the top, I just bet they don't go low.
Yeah. But that's it. Those are the guys. Justin Rose, Justin Thomas, McIlroy, and Brandt Snedeker. Those are the 4 that are in the field right now that could potentially win a second. So they would be the only multiple winners, along with Tiger Woods. That pretty much covers all the primary storylines that I had covered here. Did you notice, or did you see in the news after Justin Thomas's win that he joined like a list of like 4 or 5 other golfers in history?
Pretty unbelievable.
10 wins, 1 major under the age of 27.
Yeah, they were Jack, Tiger, Rory,
Jordan Spieth,
and Jordan Spieth,
and then Justin Thomas. 5 in the history of golf have managed this.
Yeah, that's a pretty incredible list to get onto. Justin Thomas is, what it comes down to though for those lads, like a Justin Thomas, is major championships.
That's it.
Like, it doesn't. If Justin could win a bunch more tournaments, but if he doesn't add to the PGA event that he's won, it won't really matter. He'll only be thought of as, he was, in terms of all-time greats, he's a decent player. So, yeah, it was pretty impressive, though.
You got a long time to go still.
Yeah, we do. Hey, sorry, I had something that I actually want to talk about.
Yeah,
Did you see Mickelson's, did you see the picture of Phil?
What was he doing?
Look it up. Google Phil Mickelson.
Okay.
So, it's actually a top story on, like, Yahoo News. And yes, I read Yahoo News only because my personal email account is like a Yahoo account. And
you're at yahoo.com?
Yeah.
That's some Irish shit.
It's my first and last name. It's like perfect for
So I'm looking for pictures of Phil?
Yeah. So if you put Phil Mickelson and
the
you just
top image is Phil is skinny now.
Yeah.
That's it?
So did you see it? Did you see the picture?
He looks pretty skinny. Is it him like holding a golf club?
No. He's on a beach, topless.
Oh,
like
no.
In board shorts.
No.
Look it up.
He's in a golf course on this one. Okay, Phil Mickelson beach.
Yeah, Phil Mickelson,
titties out.
He looks...
Oh, shit, he's skinny.
He looks incredible.
He looks like he's 15.
Yeah, doesn't he?
He's shaved to a goddamn nub.
Yeah.
Not a piece of body hair. That's not him.
It is. I swear to God.
He's been on a juice cleanse for like a month.
Doesn't he look unbelievable?
Yeah.
He fucking looks amazing.
He looks like me when I was 15.
Seriously. The headline was like, Phil Mickelson fucking shows off new young beach bod or something.
Diet update. Phil Mickelson is absolutely ripped.
Yeah, I mean, he's clearly not eating, firstly.
He looks like kind of like malnutrition.
That like 7-day like fasting
what it
cleanse,
is?
he's just has continued it.
It's like bodybuilders when they load up and then they don't eat for a week and like they're dying inside, but their outsides look good.
Yeah, it's like a Victoria's Secret model where he's just only eating.
It's like Garza. It's like Garza before he gets on a boat.
Yeah, Garza when he takes like 4 shits in one day and he texts me and goes, "Bro, I'm feeling real skinny today."
I'm so skinny right now.
Yeah. So yeah,
I bet Phil's been dumping.
Yeah, I bet he has, especially if he's only drinking coffee and he's not eating any food.
Real healthy.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting to see. And you know what I think about him though? Is he 50 yet? He's getting very close.
He's not there yet.
He's 48-ish.
Because I know he can't. Because they haven't talked about him being on a tour championship or anything. And that's 50s when you qualify. Obviously, he won't be going.
Yeah,
but like
stupid. Phil Mickelson just wins 14 consecutive.
Mops Davis Love the third.
Wouldn't that be funny actually? If Phil,
it'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, if Phil kept in good shape and he's obviously he's playing on the tour and he's contending maybe in majors and he just decides, nah, fuck this. I'm going to this Champions Tour
fuck these dudes
and I'm
up.
just going to win every fucking event ever. That actually would be kind of
He's
fun.
like driving at 350 and they're like, Phil's driving it longer than he ever has in his life and he's playing versus all these 65-year-olds.
I think that's the thing. He has this new kind of
swing.
Speed. He's this new swing. He's new speed. He's really getting into like health-wise, knowing that if he's going to extend his career and if he's going to win more majors, he's got to be slimmer. He's got to be super fit and light and kind of healthy and do it all that way. Because, I mean, you have to be able to hit the ball far. And he's hitting further than he ever has.
You got to be able to hit far, but you have to be able to weather the storm. Like, you have to have some sort of, like, endurance. And it seems like that's something that's been out of whack for him since he's lost all his weight. But I think that's something he could come to.
Phil was heavy back in the day. Like,
yeah.
And he's
so, like, if you're just drinking coffee and shitting 4 times a day, like, it takes a minute for you to get your stamina figured out.
Yeah.
Your balance is back.
Yeah. Is there any other good golf news that we haven't talked about? The European Tour kind of the next couple of weeks, there's not a whole lot that goes on. Oh yeah, the President's Cup team was announced.
Yes.
Right, the guys.
Well, so it all finalized, like Cantlay got on it with his second place finish last week.
Yeah.
And a couple
he still
other
has
guys.
picks though. So did you? I actually
yes, just the guys who have automatically qualified are in. So they still have picks.
4 picks left.
Yeah.
So I heard Tiger talking about this. Did you read his interview after it? So once the 8 guys were announced, they asked him about his team. He was all very happy about it. But one of the interesting things was they asked him. So now the next biggest thing for them to decide. So Tiger finished in 13th spot.
Yes.
On the list,
and he's the captain. Is that why you're saying his team?
Yeah,
how does that play out? Is he allowed to play
in the President's Cup? You're absolutely allowed to play. In the Ryder Cup, they don't allow the captains to play anymore. There's just too much responsibility and shit that goes on with that.
And they're always way older too.
Yes, exactly. You're right.
It's usually like Stricker was last year.
Harrington is the Ryder Cup European Ryder Cup.
Yeah,
he is, but he's still on tour. Like he's still playing.
Occasionally, Padraig. Yeah,
he's still playing. But Tiger, they asked him. So the next big thing is for him to decide whether he's going to be a playing captain.
Yeah, I'm seeing all sorts of headlines here.
Yeah, so, I mean, his interview was pretty funny. He was like, I'm going to sit down with the players, the 8 on the team, and sit down with the vice captains. And he goes, I'm basically going to ask them, well, do you want me to play?
Yeah, it says here, Tiger Woods says he won't play in the President's Cup unless all players agree to it.
Yeah, well, hang on a second. Who the fuck is saying, no, I don't want the greatest?
That'd be awesome if Phil was like, fuck you.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. But no, who the fuck is saying, no, I don't want the greatest player of all time? I fully expect him to play. I bet he wants to play.
I think so too.
Yeah, I bet he wants to play. I bet he's going to know if he gets there. Isn't it Royal Melbourne? Royal Melbourne's fucking awesome.
I think that is right.
Yeah, great golf course. He's going to get out there and he's going
Royal Melbourne.
Yeah, he's going to
December 9th through 15th.
Yeah. So it's going to be nice down in Australia. I bet.
Oh, Phil's not on the team yet. So the people on the squad, just for the record, so Phil can't say no, Tiger. It is Bryson DeChambeau, Webb Simpson, Matt Kuchar, Justin Thomas, Dustin Johnson, Brooks Koepka, Xander Schauffele, and Patrick Cantlay. So ain't none of them saying no.
No, yeah, they're all saying yes.
Unless Kuchar has to split a paycheck with Tiger, then maybe.
Yeah, then maybe he'll be a cunt. But no, I fully expect Tiger to.
I like when you call people cunts.
Yeah, I fully
It has
expect.
special meaning when you say it.
Yeah, I fully expect Tiger to announce that he's going to play.
So who do we think the other guys are going to be that will make it?
Well,
do you have predictions?
Do you have the list?
Yeah, of potentials?
Of 9 through like, I don't know, 15 or 16.
That I don't. What is it? Is it money earnings? That's what determines
No,
it?
if you just put in President's Cup points list, it'll come up. So I think Tiger being in 13th place obviously allows him to be able to pick himself. In terms of
he falls naturally.
If he was in 20th, he wouldn't pick him, but he's within one of, he's within the 4. There's 12 guys on it, so he's within one spot of that, so he'll be fine.
So we've got, after DeChambeau, we've got Finau, Woodland, Fowler, Reed.
Well, hang on, those guys are 9.
That's so 10. Sorry.
So give me 9 through like 13. Are the guys that aren't on
this week? Tony Finau's 9, Woodland's 10, Fowler's 11, Reed's